Hi, my name is Heather Kay, and I'm your AP Psychology instructor. I am married and with four sons. The first slide you'll see is the day of my marriage in 2012 to my husband with two of my sons. My other two weren't there, um, as my oldest is in the military and he couldn't attend, and my second oldest had just graduated high school, started his first job as a CNA. It was the second best day of my life next to my sons being born, as family is quite important to me, as I hope it is to all of you. I live in Florida, yes, near Mickey Mouse, but never get a chance to go. My hobbies include reading, movies, and NASCAR. Yes, I've been to Daytona 500. I love science fiction, Star Wars, Star Trek, love it all. Love the supernatural anything. I am a Doctor Who fan for all of those of you out there who love them too. And I love a good fantasy role-playing game. My heroes are police officers, firefighters, and military service personnel. The people I love to spend the most time with are my family. As you can see by the next two pictures, one is from Christmas a few years ago with me and all of my boys. And then the other picture is of a recent trip we took to North Carolina, and me visiting my oldest at Fort Bragg, where he is stationed with his girlfriend and my two younger sons and my husband. It was a great trip this past summer. I am obviously redheaded, and I'm Irish and Scottish with a little bit of English thrown in. So I don't stay outside long because it's hot here in Florida and I enjoy my air conditioning. I'm mild mannered, believe it or not, and I feel that if people can be truthful and give one another respect, anyone can get along, at least for a short amount of time. I love animals and I'm a dog person. I think most people are one type or another when it comes to animals they have an affinity for. They like dogs or cats, maybe birds, whatever your choice. Um, but on to my professional life. I have a BA in Educational Studies from Ashford University, and a bachelor's in psychology. My master's is also from Ashford University and is in teaching and technology with a specialization in online learning. Since your class is online, I took all my classes online. I think that gives me an edge in helping you students uh, get used to taking an online class, and I think you'll enjoy this one. Psychology can be fun and interesting to learn. Um, I believe in a student-centered learning approach in the online environment. Students learn how to communicate and collaborate because they work in groups. We will do some of that. Interactive learning prepares students better as they're exposed to thinking approaches of classmates, foreshadowing the interdisciplinary teams of real-world situations. Students, you will probably show more interest in your subject content and be engaged in learning online. Um, you'll be able to acquire critical thinking and problem solving skills in a student-centered approach, and I hope that's what you can attain from this class. Um, I've also got a background in substitute teaching. I've worked in classrooms in Lake County, and I enjoyed that a lot. What you're going to learn in this class is some history of psychology. You're going to learn structuralism, functionalism, psychoanalysis, and behaviorism. We're going to learn about founding psychologists, many of them. You've all heard of Freud. Maybe some of you have heard of other psychologists in the past, B.F. Skinner. So look forward to learning about the history of psychology. We're also going to move on and learn about major modern perspectives. Uh, there's about 7 of them: psychodynamic, humanistic, sociocultural, behavioral, cognitive, biopsychology, and evolutionary psychology. You're going to be watching some videos and doing research, doing projects. It's going to be a lot of fun and it'll be interesting. You won't be bored. We also have to learn about scientific methods and ethics. When you learn about scientific method, you learn about formulating a question, developing a hypothesis, testing a hypothesis, and drawing a conclusion, and reporting your results. You're going to be able to do little experimentation, working in groups, and that'll be a lot of fun for you guys. There's other research methods that you get to explore besides scientific method, which is non-experimental methods, and you get to learn how researchers do naturalistic observation or laboratory observation. There's case studies and surveys that you get to learn about. You also get to learn about the correlation and how that works, measuring of relationships between two or more variables, and what does not prove causation. And you also learn about just experiments, manipulating independent variables and dependent variables. We'll get into stuff like that. And you'll learn about random assignments, creating experiment groups and control groups, the hazards, and what placebo effects are. And I think you'll all really enjoy what we get into. And then you get to learn about historical experiments that are in history. The Stanford experiment, prison experiment, Milgram's experiment, and you get to understand why we have ethical principles in research, the purpose behind it, just why we do what we do, and the risks and benefits, why humans need to be informed before we put them in an experiment. And we'll go over that. So just a little bit of rundown of what you're going to be doing in psychology and having fun. Ways to succeed in the class is to use time management techniques to make sure you keep up on all the things that you need to accomplish. Some tips to do this: make a plan for your day, schedule your time for what is a high priority and what is not. Make a to-do list. I'm sure you've all done that before. Schedule your time for what's a high priority and what is not. Okay. Sometimes you just want to find a quiet place to do your work. Ask family and friends to help you out with that. If you don't have time to go out with friends, don't feel afraid to say no. It's okay to do that. Get a calendar. We have a calendar of lists of what you're going to have to do. Make your own calendars, set a schedule, do milestones and due dates of when things are due. Be proactive. Don't procrastinate. Other ways to succeed are use communication, email, chat, online conferences. Keeping communication with your instructor and your teammates, your classmates. Communication's key. Check your announcements and keep up on everything in your class. Keep connected and you'll do great. All right, it's great meeting you all, and good luck in the course.